Yes.
Oh, hot damn. Jason and Bryant in the chat. Good to see you, man. Yo. Oh, yes, man. Let me hear you freestyle. Come on, loosen up, buddy. You and me, let's do this. Ready? All right, ready? Do you want to punch a hobo in the mouth?
Yeah.
Did you ever want to go down south?
Yeah.
Did you ever want to tear out your eyes?
Yeah.
Did you ever want to terrorize?
Yes.
Did you ever want to be the prez?
Yeah.
Did you ever want to wear a fez?
Yeah.
Did you ever want to disagree?
Yeah.
Oh, well then, fuck you. I thought we were on the same page. You're an asshole. Fuck you, yes man.
Anyway. See you later.
Okay, I'm being told that we have been given a gift. Hold on.
We've been given a gift. Been given a gift. Been given a biff. Biff. Biff's a gift.
My phone, by the way, blowing the fuck up.
With what?
With retweets.
Free pizzas?
Retweets. No free tweet.
Oh.
No free pizzas yet.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Wait, what time is it over there?
It's like 3 o'clock. 3-4 in the afternoon.
Oh shit! So it's prime time for them. Like if they're tweeting shit out, then fucking it's going down.
If you're sending something to me on Twitter at Night Attack Show is the best way to do it. I'm not logged into mine on here.
Oh shit! Because I fucking keep forgetting to plug it on my largest platform that would be interested. Live show in San Francisco.
Oh
The
shit!
The Thursday before Auntie Donna does their show on Monday. So if you wanted to come to the Bay Area, it could be a double-ended fucking fun time.
Double-ended dildo of merriment and joy.
See my show on Thursday, the political sex bracket
Just
challenge.
picture Justin slapping his face on Broden's thighs. That's what you're gonna get.
Do you have like a Bitly or an easy URL for people to
I
find it?
do. bit.ly/sfsexshow.
You just heard it.
All lowercase.
AuntieDonna.com/shows. That's where you want to go.
The American Sex Scandals bracket at Piano Fight in downtown San Francisco. It's going to be a great time. It's easy to get to on public transportation. Plenty of parking around there. Don't hang around the streets of the Tenderloin. It's kind of weird. But other than that, it's the same place that Brian and I did the live show.
Dude, that was great. And you're right. That is a weird area. You're going to get
Little
colorful
weird,
characters
Not gonna lie
all
to you,
around.
but it's a
Yeah.
great venue, and I'm actually in the theater this time. I'll tell you what, the
Oh, nice.
the way tickets are selling for this. So if you are interested, by now. I think we could do a show in their larger theater whenever we want it.
Dude, well, I'm down for that. So, your friend of mine, Nate Staniforth, has been fascinated with the publicity engine. Obviously, we shot that interview with him, and we've encouraged people to buy his book. He's told me that since then, every single live show he does, somebody comes up and mentions the interview and all that stuff. And Nate just keeps hitting me hard to be like, I just want you and Justin to do a tour. Just do a tour, the two of you guys. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. I feel like I want not only for you two to do a tour, but just to see all the podcasts around the experience of the tour. I think he's right. I think we need to just put together a show, whatever it is, like a half hour of stand-up and a half hour of magic, followed by an hour of Night Attack. Like, do you want to take Night Attack on the road?
Are there any Goosebumps fans?
I mean, I know it's a cheap pop, but also, like, just Nate was so passionate about this. I'm just like, fuck. I think we should. I think we should. We can even rent a bus and all that horse shit. Like we'll lose money on the whole thing, but we can have a bus.
You don't have to lose money on a tour.
I mean, if we get a bus, we're gonna lose money. That shit is stupid expensive. That's like $1,000 a day.
Then don't decide to lose money.
I mean, I've done cost-effective touring and I've done non-cost-effective touring, and non-cost-effective touring is a little bit more fun. It was pretty fun being in a tour bus on with the country music tour.
I would imagine so.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, part of me would rather do.
Okay, yeah. I mean, look, but before we get into how we're going to get from city to city on our multi-city tour, look, dude, I've said for years now, like, I think, and to be honest, like the jury in your house stuff was really kind of came from the idea that there's no reason why we can't put together 3 city scrambles on, like, you know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just do 3 shows in 3 cities that we can drive around to and fly out of one central hub. Like, there is no reason why that can't happen and not be, you know, not bad. You know?
Shit. What if Mike TV just came back from picking up beer? What if, and again, I'm blue sky in this shit, and none of us have talked about it, but imagine if you and me and Mike TV went on the road and we worked out bits where, like, instead of using all my music cues and shit for the magic show, instead, like, just Mike TV provided all the music live for a 30-minute magic set.
I have always wanted to, and this will happen at some point, but I haven't asked you about it because I feel like the moment needs to be right. Like, I can't ask and be rejected. So I'm going to go out on a limb and let you know that this is something that I'm not asking for, but saying that one day I will. I just want to do your show where I'm just on stage. It's like your show, but because I've seen it so many times.
But, like, you're there the entire time.
But I'm just there the entire time, and I'm, like, making jokes or, like, saying pause and just doing.
Oh, shit, that would be so much fun. Like totally postmoderning. Like my show as an artifact from when I was touring a decade ago. And then you deconstructing and commenting.
That is mathematical perfection. And I know how a magic show works, so I'm not going to step on the shit, and I'm going to still make the good stuff good. But I just want the ability to, like, just be the fucking, like, MST3K, like, asshole on stage who's just like, all right, but also, like,
no,
really?
That's great, and that's something that that I think people could, who have never seen the show, approach and like really dig on this postmodern level, where it's like very quickly it becomes established, like, hey, this is a show that has been crafted, honed to perfection, chrome-like polish. It toured 1,000 times all over the place. Also, here's a guy who's seen it a lot. So what you're gonna get is a guy who's seen this show a lot, just bringing that energy to. Oh, god damn! I would fucking love this. That would be amazing.
So one day I'll ask you. Now at least I know you don't hate the idea.
No, I love the idea. I love the idea because what I don't. So the normal pit that most magicians get into is constantly changing the paint job on their show. Like, the bones are always the same, but they keep pretending like, well, now I've updated it because it's U2 instead of Incubus or whatever. Like the music has changed or whatever. Ultimately, I feel like, I mean, that's fine to keep putting on a new chrome finish, but I would much, much rather treat an audience as sophisticated and instead bring a level of commentary to it. I think that would be wonderful. I think that would be fantastic.
I mean, Lisa J also points out that, like, there is the one thing. I mean, what will we possibly do on a tour aside from, you know, a live version of a podcast that we has like a diehard, small but very, very passionate fan base too. I mean, we have always called ourselves the string cheese incident of comedy because of who our crowd is and how passionate everybody is. It's like, I think that there's definitely a lot of ways that we can do a production, right? But there's only one thing that I think is probably the easiest thing, which is just, hey, let's find venues in 3 cities. Let's fly in on a Thursday night. Let's do shows Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just see where that is. Or just fucking do one show that isn't just a show at a bar, right? Like, we could always try.
Yeah. Well, and it's such solid footing to play around with. I feel like that's the part that I really dig is like you can not know Brian or Justin. You can not have ever heard of Night Attack. And because we're always playing with Wildfire anyway, maybe Night Attack isn't perfect on any evening, but at the end of the day, you've got solid magic material, solid comedy material, and the opportunity to, play with fire in these venues that I think that would go over really, really well. I love it.
Well, it's definitely happening, everybody. So
Maybe
If you or someone you know is a tour manager, please email us, mail@nightattack.tv.
yeah, let's
How about let's
decide
try to
this
find
year.
someone who can put this thing together before we get into the weeds
No,
on
let's
what it should
make
be.
promises and hope that our producer Bryce.
Also, let's
right.
totally gloss over the fact that we are tentatively on the books to do a show at South by for which we have no details.
Emails are out on that, but how's the DSATs coming? Also, we've talked about doing Night Attack touring stuff before. Like before we figure out what it is,
maybe-
we need to talk
maybe,
to someone who can. Put
Maybe
it together.
South by Southwest should be a chance to test out some version of me doing my show with live commentary.
Let's hit up Don Miege of Domino's Australia and see if he wants to get on board with this American podcast tour.
Who was it that was saying that you don't even necessarily need to you could just do Night Attack, like you don't need to put a bunch of extra stuff on top of it.
That's the funny part, and this is part of the same anxiety that makes Night Attack magic. Is like that just seems like, well, that's just crazy talk to me.
Brian would rather, if you were to say, all right, we got a couple options here. Option number 1, you do the stage show that you have literally honed to mathematical perfection, that the worst fucking audience who literally walks into the room saying, I hate magic and I hate people named Brian, and somebody with the last name Brushwood ran over my mom.
Yes.
Everybody in the audience, God knows how they were selected, can walk in and Brian can do his show because it is so mathematically perfect, it will get a good reaction. Maybe not the best with that audience, but it will get a reaction that you'll be proud of. Or Brian walks out on stage and eats a bullet in front of everybody, right? Just a public suicide, and then Night Attack, where it's totally unscripted and we're just joking, and yeah, we got a good success rate, but nothing is fucking guaranteed, and there is a large percentage of possible failure. Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, you would rank those the Magic Show 1, Public Suicide 2, Night Attack 3.
I mean, you're not wrong, Walter. But yeah, I mean, it's like when it comes to
I don't blame you, by the way. In no way do I blame you, because you've spent your entire life building the thing that gets down one vector.
Well,
the possibility that there could be a disaster.
So keep in mind, like in my mind, everything we've done with Night Attack has been street performing. And street performing is, I think, the most authentic of all the arts, because you perform your art, and then after having given it to people, first of all, they've stayed of their own accord, they stick around, hopefully they enjoy it and there's value. And then after you provide that value, you say, is that worth something? We'd like to have it. And in that regard, I feel great about what we're doing with Night Attack week over week over week. It's street performing. But to go to randos who have never seen our show and say, give us $15 to walk in the door and we promise to make you laugh, that is terrifying to me, because like I know with magic I can promise amazement, because in that hour-long show there are enough routines that are crafted in such a way that they're going to land with enough of the audience. But Night Attack, like, it's my favorite thing about it is that it's so
Unplanned?
inward facing. It's their word.
God.
But
But also, like, they're two distinctly different things, right? Like, Night Attack has only become less and less planned as time has gone by.
that's true. That's true.
And I think
Everybody,
that's just...
that joke was one of the few, and I know all of them in my heart, of moments when live I've crumpled Brian. Like I've just he just crumples like a fucking like a can that's gone too far underwater. And it was just one time where Brian said, I'm thinking inwardly, and I said that's their word, and it just
so good. It's a really great one.
all right. Look, there's
Here, we'll open up phone lines. We got people trying
Jackie
to call
Hearn
in.
just always wants to call in every week.
That's fine. Well, she can call in every week.
Okay.
Hey, by the way, Jumanji was such a blast.
Hey, before we go off on a tangent, let's pick a show title, please, because I'm actually got the show titles working right now. Or
Enhance. Oh, those are balls. Let's get Donner a pizza.
I kind of love Let's Get Donner a Pizza.
I kind of love infant rabbit skins because it pays off only in the very, very end.
30 minutes of uninterrupted cum conversation.
Don't shit on a corpse. The thighs of Auntie Donna. And Monkey Forever.
I'll tell you what, we
Monkey
came
Forever.
really close to seeing at least one of Mark's balls.
really close.
You're
That
not
really
kidding,
almost
man.
happened.
Like that, I mean, if you are listening, I don't know who listens to Aftershow, just audio, but like, if you just listen to that episode, holy shit. Like, the hole in his pants were right in the ball area.
Yeah. We're Bill Murray. You're the Japanese ad executive.
That's actually pretty funny.
Our wristies on the menu.
Oh, our wristies on the menu is also, man, Curtis LaRock fucking
Yeah,
killed
nailing it.
tonight.
They're still talking about cum. Probably could work on a lot of episodes.
Have N Monkey Forever. Brr, gotcha.
Oh yeah, then there was that random Heath Ledger joke they made.
Auntie Domino's is solid.
Auntie Domino's I could go with.
A dude's balls.
Master the dick, master the stick.
We're gonna scroll back up.
Mind if I roll weed?
If I were gonna pick from the higher voted ones, I would say Let's Get Donner a Pizza is probably my favorite.
Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm on board with that.
Okay. Cool. Oh, hold on. I think. No. Okay. Cool. Why don't you? I'm gonna make an email.
All right. So we were going on a side jag to talk
Jumanji.
about. Jumanji was fucking great. It was so
Right.
much fun.
Dude. And by the way, it's like up at like $300 million. Like it's a fucking juggernaut.
I had totally forgotten. I'm sure at some point I saw that Jack Black was in it, but in my mind it was all just The Rock. And then I got there, and the character Jack Black plays is
Great.
so fucking great, right?
Well, because it has that Breakfast Club kind of like aesthetic to it, and except you have the body switching stuff and all the people that are playing each one of them, and I thought that like they all fucking killed it. Like
Yeah.
they just were so great at inhabiting these kind of different characters, and The Rock as the like nebbish Jewish do right kid, and Jack Black as the selfie obsessed
the vain Instagram 17-year-old. Yeah. It was doubly fun. We left Penny at home to look after Callie, so we took Josie with us because we've got that movie theater across the street from us now, so we can last minute run
You
over
got
there.
Right around there.
Yeah, and it was so much fun just seeing Josie's 10-year-old delight on all that stuff, and it was a little bit awkward when there was a bit of penis humor with Jack Black. And,
but it's wholesome penis humor.
Yes, but except for the reference to him or to her getting excited at one point, and then there's a reference made to an erection. And so we're watching it and we're having a great time, and then Josie just bro to bro taps me on the shoulder, like what's happening now, Dad? And it's like just rolling with it. I'm like her penis got hard. Anyway, we're watching the movie.
I thought you were gonna cover.
I did not cover. I just told the truth.
Get hard, didn't you know? The Rock's here.
I did like as soon as I said that, I was just like, well, it either landed or it didn't, and let's just watch the rest of this movie.
No, that's what I kind of found sort of adorable about that flick is that most of the dick humor, because there's one character who gender flips, right? So the hot chick becomes Jack Black, right? And so there's all these moments where she has to pee, where Jack Black's character has to pee, and so it's just a lot of oh my God, look at this!
This is so convenient.
Yeah, it's just like a lot of it's very fun, but it is dick humor, which is funny because Jack Black is somebody who
is not afraid to
a god of making ridiculous cum and dick jokes.
Yeah.
We have Lisa J on the line. Lisa, can you hear us?
Hi.
All right,
Hi,
Lisa J, what you got for us?
Look, listen, Jumanji, yeah, whatever. Let me go back to this show business, okay? Which kind of show y'all want to do?
Let's talk show business.
So when y'all started way back in the day, right? Y'all used to suck, okay? Y'all used to be not good.
I mean, first of all, some people might take issue with the phrase "used to," but that's fine. Let's go with your thesis.
I just love that we are getting the full fucking Furnace blast of a open line on Hot 97 now about
for real. Y'all were trying to hone your craft, okay?
Sure.
All right. I'm going from Hot 97 to WBLS. Hone your craft.
Listen, we're going to do all the local New York radio stations by the end of this bit.
Yes. So yeah, okay, you guys were, working on it. But now, from way back when to now, you guys are actually really good. I can actually tell my friends about you now. You guys are funny. So why do you need the fire and the breathing and the this and the that? Look, listen. Just do what you do right now. Y'all got Bryce, okay? He doesn't lug.
We've got Bryce. We're out of excuses. Come on, man.
We got Bryce. Well, here. Lisa, let me ask you to do this, because Brian is the one that I will say is a touring professional, so knows what the feeling of going into strange audiences is far more than me. I'm dumb enough to say, sure, fucking whatever. I'll fly a plane. I'll do a show with Brian anywhere, Carnegie Hall or a fucking bingo hall.
So I would say, if we're speaking in general terms, I just want something that's rock solid, some 20 to 30 minute block that always 100% of the time works. And whether that's the all set up magician, whether that's don't get brodied, whatever that is, I just, before we say, hi, we're in your town, please give us $10 to $20, I just want to know that we have something to lean on that's 100%, and then along with that, some playground to make a little magic.
If I may,
yeah.
I went and saw My Brother and Me when they came to Austin a couple months ago. That's also a comedy sort podcast.
Sure.
And they had they did like their own opener with one of the three guys on the show does a podcast with his wife called Schmanners, or no, I'm sorry, Bonesaws, something like that. And it's like a short medical podcast that they do, and they did that for like a half hour, which is tangentially related, and then they just did their show. I could see you guys doing like a small opener, but I also think like would you rather like Don't Get Brody
Have Would You Rather bot open for us.
I mean, could
Bryce
Yeah,
is
he
right.
walks out.
Bryce is. Listen. Let me interrupt Bryce. I'm sorry, because I gotta get this
good.
off
Okay, wait, hold on, Lisa. Now do it like a WFAN caller.
I can't. No, I want to be semi-serious because I really want to like just What I'm saying is Bryce is right. Like Bryce is right, huh? But he is. You have bits that you guys have done years
and live
that work, that always work, like literally always work. And you have that in your bag already.
Lisa,
yes.
not for nothing, but like it's really hard for me to, after 20 goddamn years of winding myself up to this is what it takes to win over a hostile audience, to let go of all that and replace it with a new program called, I don't know, just show up and be awesome. Like that is terrifying
but that's
to me.
you intentionally deciding not to make a decision on something. Like you've done live shows before where you
Also, it's
set
the
up-
difference of touring with your fans and not touring colleges.
Yes,
Exactly.
of not always
You
having
have fans
yeah.
all over the place that just want to hear you.
Yeah. It's weird.
Crazy.
I don't like
Crazy.
it. I don't like it.
I mean, look, Brian, if we just plugged it on this show, we could do, I would say, 20 to 100 seaters if we really, really put effort into it on
I
Toast,
agree. I
right?
agree.
If we really
we're not
pushed
talking
it
about
on
stadiums, dude. We're
the
not talking about
YouTube
stadiums.
stuff,
You're
and we
talking
had
about
more
coffee
Brian
shops. You're
people
talking
come
about
out.
little theaters, like little 50, even 50 seat. Like, dude, if you want to gas yourselves up, do some 50 seaters in some theaters. You can say, "Yo, we
50
sold out."
seaters in
You don't
some
have to-
theaters, yeah.
You don't have to say how many seats you sold. You can just, you like, "Oh, we sold out. We have a sold out tour."
No,
We
but
built
you're
yourself
right. You're
out.
right. You're right. Because
You know?
because we don't care about the size about it, and if we're not doing it as a giant money making operation, if it's not what's keeping us afloat, we can make some money. We can make some money. It's fine. It's
I don't know why
fine.
you
It's
want to give
fine.
everything away. Fuck.
Okay.
You're this close. This close. What I'm saying is that you guys, what you've been doing right now, ever since y'all been on Twitch, like literally, like every single show has been hilarious. And I'm not just talking about because I know y'all. I'm talking about like I could tell somebody tune into the show and people laugh. Like you guys have been really good. And I really want to like let y'all know, as a black woman from New York, you would think that I would have nothing in common with y'all, but y'all are funny. Y'all laugh. So like, dude, man, like you got this, okay? Like, y'all got bits for
This might
days. You
be
can do
my
it.
favorite moment of the entire day. Fuck Auntie Donna and all those white males on the other side of the planet.
But thank you very much, Auntie Donna, for being on. Thank you very much.
No,
That was very
fuck
nice.
those guys. No. This is what I needed to hear. I think you're right, Lisa. I think we should try to make this happen.
And if you are a tour manager, please mail at nightattack.tv.
Oh Lord. But listen, if you guys ever come into the New York area, there are places that I know around here that y'all could just y'all could hook it up. It'll be
No,
easy.
I
It'll be done.
think
It'll be a wrap,
you're right,
okay?
Lisa. God damn it, Lisa, I love you. You're the best. This is exactly what I needed to hear. Hang up now
Good.
before we screw this moment up. It's
Lisa, I
too
love
good.
you.
Good night.
Lisa, I love
Good
you. You're the
night.
best.
Bye, Lisa. There we go.
Yeah, I think everyone who's not me is right.
No, I mean, dude, I know exactly where you're coming from. It's why, I mean, like, I've never really pushed us like on the tour stuff, right? I mean, like, would you say that's fair? Like, I've never said like we got to do stuff, but like, I have always thought we could,
Sure,
I've always
sure.
thought that, like, it's something that we don't need to have a lot of song and dance if we put effort into it. Like,
Well, and especially if we massage out, like the biggest thing that I think has changed since we got started on Twit was building up the level of trust and the rhythm and flow, the back and forth, the knowing that either one of us can go forward as long as we're advancing some kind of story. The other person can play support and all that stuff. I feel like in that time we did the character-driven show that became Night Attack Live. We've done jury shows where I'm just there playing Andy Richter to your Conan. We've done...
Not to mention almost a decade of doing live night attacks at various conventions. That is just the show to very large crowds who will pay convention ticket prices to come see you.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point.
You've
convinced me.
It's like you've been doing this for this exact moment for a long
but you know how it is though, right? Mm-hmm. Is that you think to yourself, because you love it, it can't be that good or whatever.
With
That
distance, I suppose. So
No, look. I will never get on Brian for this, because I believe, look, Brian has just played a different game. Like literally, like the lifestyle for which all of everything is sprung from, including this show, has been based on make the mathematically perfect show that the crowd that fucking does not give a fuck about me, that walks in wanting to boo me, will like. Like, that is battle tested, fucking road hardened. That's it. The idea of, okay, so however good I believe, I'm speaking as Brian Brushwood, however good I believe my improv skills are, which wherever you feel like that is now, right? I assume it's not near your ability to do the show that you've done forever.
I can eat fire real good.
Exactly.
40% of the time I can make a funny joke rhyme.
Exactly. And then plus me, who I know me, like, I'm funny, but oftentimes I'll think it's really funny if everything dies. Like, I'm not the person you want to look to with the foxhole. Like, I'm the guy who's like, oh, hey, we're here. Oh, isn't it going to be hilarious? We're getting shot by the Germans. Like, I'm not that guy. I think it's really funny, and I think our audience would find it really funny if we did a show for a bunch of friendlies, but you can't count on that, or at least that's a not scary, terrifying proposition when you've built your entire life around the act.
But I'll tell you what, man, Lisa nailed it. This idea of just what if we sold out 10 50-seat venues? That seems so eminently doable and such a fucking blast just to go on tour and to have
I sold out. By the way, we're probably within 10 tickets of selling out for this fucking sex scandal show, and I didn't really plug it. We're just at the point now where I should be fucking starting to fucking talk about it on Night Attack, and we were half sold out last week, and more people have bought since then. So it's if I can do 40, it's in San Francisco, so I know people, but I didn't really get a lot of traction on my Facebook post about it. So it's not a lot of friends. I think it's Bay Area Diamond Club people.
Sorry, what are you gasping about?
Well, I was surprised by one thing, which I sent you, which was right before we saw this response from Domino's Australia.
Oh, shit!
They also got the wrong Auntie Donna on Twitter. We've heard you and love your passion for Domino's, but running a franchise is hard work. Don Mage wants to put you to the test. Come and join us at HQ for Pizza College for a day. We want to see if you have what it takes. If you're up for it.
Oh, my
Pizza Pride.
God!
It worked. We got him!
We got him! Oh, that's the best thing ever! Oh, this makes me so very happy.
Jackie Hearn has been patiently waiting on the line here. Jackie, can you... Okay.
All right, Jackie Hearn. How you doing, girl?
Hey. Hey, now I don't even know how to follow all of that.
Unless you're going to give us a franchise,
I'll do the best I can. And what I was gonna say is Lisa is absolutely correct. Like you guys definitely have narrowed down and specialized a certain portion of this show that you do. However, I will say, I mean, I haven't been to one of your shows since like 2014, which sucks. And that is
It
not
sucked.
because
It
I
was a
don't
bad show in
love
2014. I
you.
used to do a bad show.
No. I'm saying,
God damn it.
fuck you. Come on, listen to me. What I'm saying is, like, I want to be at your shows, and your shows are great. But like, what I was trying to get at is, you got this show, you got this kind of. Oh God damn it, Justin.
Turn your radio down, Colin. Finish your point.
Normally, I don't look at the camera when or at the screen when you guys. Anyways, God damn it! How do I proceed from this? I had a real message for you guys.
Keep going.
And
Keep
it was
going.
a
You got this. You got this.
positivity.
Go for it.
Jesus Christ!
All right, we're gonna hang up if you keep watching the stream, Jackie. Tell your point.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay.
All right. So, no, my point is that you've got this great show. You've got this thing that is already like banked up, and you know everyone is used to. However, you need a little bit more bits than just don't get brodied and all of those other standard things that you do for the show. And I'm not saying like I don't know how. I don't like. I mean, you've got a great resource in Diamond Club, so you can kind of workshop stuff, and I know you hate doing that because like that goes crazy and it's hard to narrow down.
So what
the
bits?
workshopping.
So like what? So you're saying we don't have enough bits? What bit would you think would be a good live show? Do you have something in mind that maybe we do but we haven't done on the live show, or something that we aren't doing on the
No,
podcast?
Bryce. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of like insight on like how the whole like thing comes across is that it's a standard show. It's a standard show that you do, and I'm not saying it's a bad show. I'm just saying, yeah, like there are so many possibilities that you could do.
I think Jackie,
I mean, if you want to sit around and talk for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, yeah, I could probably come up with some like little games or whatever, you know. But that's not what I'm saying.
I think, Jackie, if I hear you, I think what you're saying is that now we've done so many bits,
Yeah, of this.
road tested so many that if we wanted to take like the best of the best of the best on the road to audiences that either have never seen us live or are totally new, these things are so battle tested that like there's no way that at least a half friendly audience won't goose that to be a fun time.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I mean, if that's the thing that you're looking for, then yes, absolutely, 100%. You've got a lot of really great bits that will go across the board with anybody who is extremely brand new.
One of those shows
what I'm
will
s-
be a live performance of God King the musical.
God damn it!
We have to sing our song. Oh, yeah.
You guys don't let me love you enough. You understand?
Oh, no.
I'm trying so hard, man.
Yeah,
So
we're trying to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
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 Okay. All right. Well, anyways,
No, I think the message is received loud and clear. Jackie, thank you so much for the
I don't
phone
think
call.
I gave my message, but that's okay. And I'll let you go because time's short. So
Okay. Have a good night, Jackie.
I love you, Jackie.
You're the best. Do.
My father.
Your mother?
My father is watching the show,
Oh dear.
Oh.
and he texted me.
He says you get paid for this? Question marks.
He said, "quote, we got Bryce." That's the only thing he texted me. It's very sweet. Hi, Dad. Thank you. This was a good episode to watch. I'm glad you tuned in.
It was a pretty good episode. I'm proud to have your parents see that this is what has become of you in
have,
Texas.
We have a caller. Is this Ben from Turbo Cult?
No, this is
Ben.
Evan.
It's everyone. Ben and
Oh,
Rick
dude.
and Wimble.
Jeremy's there too.
Hot damn! I saw your response on Twitter after we were plugging your stuff last week. It looks like you guys are pretty excited. You guys made my day with your raw enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, they did a follow-up vlog of them watching the Night Attack bit and you spelling out their name.
Oh dear, did I mangle it? Was I
'cause
awful?
You spelled it
No,
because
it
they
was
used
good.
V's. Hold on.
I think that's gonna be a regular bit now.
Somebody asked us to keep it for the end.
So, real quick, how is it you guys do all the?
Is it 5 now? You said real quick.
How do you guys do all of the closed captioning on there? Do you have to go frame by frame and put all that shit on there?
Jeremy, how
I
do
do-
you do the closed caption?
I do all the editing, and then I send it over to Jeremy to do all of the subtitles.
Oh, hey, that's on the
To
screen.
break up the workload so it's
How do
not
you-
like
how do
crazy.
you use subtitles frame by frame?
Yes.
Yes.
But
Frame
you
by
gotta
frame.
line them up to the right part.
Yeah, it takes a little bit.
But like it's
Hey,
worth it
that
to
shit
get
looks
people to-
great. Like those
Bless.
vlogs look fucking amazing.
Yeah, they're really well shot, guys.
Bless my face.
We are here though to plead the case of the Minnesotans. If you guys would come to the state that gets skipped over by a lot of tourists, we would be so grateful. There'd be so much gratitude in Minnesota.
Nothing comes here.
I mean, it does get cold like Minnesota.
So many people come to like Chicago, and that's their Midwest tour, which is great. But I can't drive 6 hours.
I love Minneapolis. Minneapolis was always one of my favorite cities. I came there all the time for the Go game. But Minneapolis, a fucking secretly rad city that I feel like nobody ever fucks with.
Yeah, even people here talk about other cities. Like, have you not been to Minneapolis yet? It's pretty cool down there.
It is pretty cool. I would love to shower you with my presence.
I mean-
I'd be like,
I got a whole trip of friends that'll show up.
I mean, like, listen, he would like to, but there's just no show that we could do. So
All
you'd
right.
have to.
I'm gonna go get a beer.
Really?
It's not a
You-
good
you
poke, Justin. We're not in the
continue.
joking phase yet.
Again, I'm a bad person to have in the podcast. I know
How about
this is
dancing?
a wrong joke to make, but I can't help but make it.
Brian legitimately walked away to get a drink, though. So,
Yeah. No, all right. Turbo Cult. So when did you guys move into that house together?
Like November 16th, I think.
That's an oddly specific date.
Because that's the date it was. I remember we had to make the money for it.
Okay. I had to make the money for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Where did you guys meet each other before that?
I used to drum in a band, and Ben used to sing in a band.
And we played shows together.
We
a
played
lot.
random shows together, and that's how we met.
And then one time I couldn't get a house, so I lived in his for 3 months.
And then I think Jeremy was the same.
He showed up from
We're all
in
musicians,
Minnesota.
I
He
guess.
was actually a fan of my band. There was potentially he was going to play guitar, but then our guitarist returned, so he moved to Minnesota for some reason.
no reason.
But it worked out.
And then where did the desire to do a YouTube channel come from?
Well, partially to like sort of hone our craft, and also it's just a lot of fun.
well, and you guys also do outside of the vlogs because you just put out this new like about us vlog, and so you guys do like music videos and lyric videos and other production stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's where the money comes
We kind of
from.
realized when we hang out together, stuff gets made. Like there's something more motivating about working on stuff as a group than apart, and we wanted to make a lot of content.
Like the vape hoarding turbo hackers part
Right.
four.
So there's a bunch
It's
of
just-
dumb stuff on our channel, and there will be more.
God, I tell you what, man. I'm so jealous of the talent that is just in that house. Like it just all that shit looks so fucking good. Like I literally fucking edited a wizard's face on Nicki Minaj's butt, and I felt really like
Hey,
proud
you've
of
been talking about it
myself.
for 2
Hey,
weeks.
Like you guys are fucking like really just like killing. You're doing like broadcast level shit, and like I know people who put shit on television. Like you guys are fucking killing it.
Oh, thank you.
The only thing is, I don't know what network would ever have our nonsense, but
Revision
Well, yeah,
3.
Bring back Revision 3.
number one, no network. Your shit is ridiculous. But also, like, the level of quality put into it is something that stands out, not only on YouTube, but I think it like that is some shit. If there was like, you're not far from Viceland, I guess. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be
watch a lot of
shocked. If it's like,
Viceland.
oh, we're doing like a fucking millennial jackass and it's called Turbo Cold. It's on Viceland. You would add 2 more drone shots. And one of you would have to be smoking weed on camera, but other than that, you'd be right on Viceland.
That never happens around here.
Yeah, I swear, like I think I tweeted this, but I spent like an hour watching you guys' stuff after last week.
bless.
Dude, your shit's hypnotic. And I'm telling you, you guys have nailed the 21st century aesthetic of having something that requires no audio in order to enjoy. The mere fact that I can visually just get sucked in and know enough of the story is brilliant.
Visual storytelling is a lot of the fun of it.
Also, someone in the chat asked if we had a Twitter. Yeah,
We do have a
our
Twitter.
everything is just to Verbo Cavalt.
Verbo
That's our everything. Instagram, everything.
Very cool.
Except we suck at Twitter.
Yeah, we'll get the hang of it.
We'll figure it out.
I mean,
Hey,
like,
since
if you
fucking
want
hurt
advice,
Domino's, and eventually they'll
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
bring you pizza
If you
college.
got advice, we'll take some.
you beat
Oh,
me.
yeah.
You beat me to my own bit. Damn it. Good job.
Hey, have we gotten thanked by Auntie Donna yet after we got those
Yeah,
fucking
fuck
assholes
those guys.
Fuck them.
Yeah, those fucking creamy thighs, motherfucker.
Oh, big Auntie Donna. What have they
Sexy
done?
Tom.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Here it is.
Wait.
This is the
Yeah.
one. Here.
I'm gonna have to do a come
This is
later.
the best impression of Auntie Donnie I've ever seen.
This is a good impression.
All right, we don't want to take any more time.
Yeah.
Wait,
All right, we love you.
Thank you very much.
wait, what was
Dino
it?
Fire.
Fix the Nesh Complex store.
Yeah, fix the Nash Complex store so we can buy shirts.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. Very cool.
Justin, on a night like tonight, I'm feeling like we're kind of on to something. We're doing all right.
I mean, because we had a great show, and we had a super successful touring comedy act
Yeah.
that's about to do. By the way, after fucking. I feel like we played at least a small part in the concept of blowing up Bikey Wars.
Oh, sure. We were a brick in the wall.
Are about to steer into that curve and fucking like do all music fucking series, which I think is perfect for them because they're
Yep.
really really good at it. And Tom's a great music man.
I mean, not the best dad, but a great music
shitty
man.
dad.
He's a
really
shitty
dad.
replacement for their real dad.
He really just fucking
Tweeted you?
wait, hold on. I have no idea.
What is happening?
There's a series of DMs that I don't remember getting. But
Are they from the lead singer of Incubus or maybe
Oh,
Logan
sorry.
Paul?
Hey, by the way, any update on that?
Yeah,
No.
no.
You
Try it
encourage
again. Shoot him up
you
again.
encourage me to slide into everyone's DMs, and nobody's been impressed so far.
Hold on. Time out. You decided to slide into everybody's DMs. I told you to be more constructive with it and go for targets that you know will be
No,
successful.
I don't remember that. I remember you saying, Brian, you've got the biggest Twitter dick, and you should just put it wherever you feel like.
Okay, so here's how I remember that conversation.
Yeah.
Brian calling me and saying, oh, fuck, I forget his name. Dude, I just DM'd Ed Begley Jr. and he got back to me. And then I remember on the stream you saying, I just DM'd Logan Paul and I had to go to fucking Urban Dictionary to understand what he responded to me.
Yes, all of this factually accurate.
And then the next time was, hey, I just tried to set up a three-way between me, my wife, and fucking Brandon from Incubus.
Accurate. Still accurate.
And then I'm like, hey, how about you just ask for that VR game that you're obsessed with? And you're like, oh shit, I could do that too.
And that one paid dividends.
It did. It
Did
did.
it?
It did.
Uh,
By the way, there's a Tron-like video game that's in VR that he sent somebody else. Somebody else saw me talking to someone about Beat Saber and was like, "Hey, I have a thing. It's pretty great," and it looked pretty great. It's not Tron, but shit. It's 4 letters long.
Ront. Torn.
Ront, turnt. It's turnt.
Orton.
Oh, apparently we might be getting a call from
From one C. Robert Cargill, if you want to call in a Night Attack show on Skype.
Yeah, or if you want to just order us a pizza or a franchise, that'd be great.
Get
Not our
us
bit.
a Don Mish. Yo, Don Mish, stop being a puss and give us a fucking Australian franchise. Why don't we get to go to Pizza College?
It's submolecular VR. I'm gonna type that in. Submolecular
Here, give me
VR.
Okay.
Let's see. Game. I'm gonna write game.
Or VR game?
I can't believe I can't remember this shit. Fuck.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not quite.
Yeah, I
seeing
got
it.
nothing.
Do you guys? So we got in an email. Let me see if I can get the gentleman's name. We got we got some fodder of a game from Eric P.
Go on.
Sent this in, and it's a Reddit bot that makes portmanteaus. Do you mind if we?
I love portmanteaus.
If we
I think they're the best.
So if we could workshop what this game.
All right, let's feel
is.
that out. What do we got?
So what the bot does is it takes 2-word comments from Reddit and replies to them with a portmanteau
of
smashing
the
those
2 things they
words.
said. Yeah.
Right. So my thinking is that what we do is
It feels like I'm hopeful
Mm-hmm.
that the portmanteaus are esoteric enough that you could give us the words and have us guess what they mean.
sure.
And then we reveal the context from them.
So like 5 hours ago, Foolide. This was from the r/Eminem Reddit. With the best Eminem playlist to get over a girl. Long story short, I caught feelings for a close friend. Thought she felt the same. Then the other day, she started dating someone else out of the blue, and now I'm pretty broken up about it. Anyone got an M playlist that could help out? Angry, emotional, a little bit of both. Help us stand out. And so, in a reply to a comment, Portmanteau Bot wrote, "Foolide."
What is that a fusion of?
That's the question to you.
Oh, I would say foolish Astroglide.
Foolish Astro Guide.
Angry, emotional, little bit both. Feelings, foolide. I feel like that's the.
Wait, you think Foolite is part of the portmanteau for Foolite?
No. I think that the DNA, like, there's no foo anywhere in that statement, which makes me not feel like it's as simple as 2 words.
Somebody made a 2-word comment on that post, right?
Yeah, there was a reply to someone
Got
in this
it.
thread
Somebody
of 2
respond.
words,
Got it.
and Portmanteau smashed it up into Foolide.
Foolish pride might be foolide.
Foolish Pride, you said?
Yeah.
Brian, you got it 100% correct.
Yeah.
You can see the
Okay, I
Man,
get it.
not
I
Foolish
get it.
Astroglide, huh?
Foolish
Goddamn.
Pride.
Yeah.
We've got one C. Robert Cargill here.
All right.
trying
You get to play along with us, Cargill.
Hi, Cargill. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Yo.
Buddy.
I think there's only one thing to say to all of this, which is chips, bitch.
Chips, bitch.
Chips.
They live on. They live on.
All right, give me 1 second here. I'm going to try and get Cargill on the screen. How you doing, Cargill?
I'm doing great. How are you guys all doing?
Dude, super good. Hey, when can I come on Junk Food Cinema again? I really enjoyed the last couple of times.
Whenever you want to. We will always have you on Junk Food Cinema.
Okay, what I need for you guys to pick a date and announce that I'm due there, and then I will make sure to show up. Because
I mean, also, like, I'm gonna be in town in like 2 or 3 weeks for South by. We could both be on Junk Food Cinema in.
That
all right, but
an epic
can we
crossover.
bring our own couch so that we can also recline
Oh no, yeah,
in a Cargill-esque manner?
Yeah.
No, because here's how this works. Whoever comes has to sit and cuddle up with Brian and share a mic, and I get to lounge like the prince I am on my wonderful, wonderful 15-year-old couch.
It really is.
I'm not bullshitting. If you live your entire life and you never once see Cargill lounging while recording Junk Food Cinema, you've lived a poorer life than mine. Like,
certainly
why sit up
cinematically.
while recording a show? Like, I don't know how you guys do this. You sit up for 3 hours recording your show. Me, I recline for an hour.
You
and shoot the shit,
recline
it's
and
wonderful.
pontificate. It is extraordinary to watch. Holding, maybe a whiskey or whatever, and you explain, and then you're like, well, the thing people don't realize about RoboCop 2 is
What
that
you
in
don't
some ways,
understand is
No, it is very like Greek philosopher. There's a lot of like looking to the heavens and exclaiming to the great creator, the only one who understands what is truly happening.
by the way, I gotta give you a thanks for vouching for me to Scott Derrickson on Twitter. The other like a while back, like he said something and I just commented back like, I regret that I have only one heart to give this tweet, and then all of a sudden I see myself in his crosshairs, and he's just like, I don't know who you are, but you appear to have 30 times more followers than me, so I'm provisionally giving you a follow. And then out of nowhere, Gary Whitta pops up, and it's just like, Brian's good people, and then Cargill's like, Brian's good people, it's okay. And then Bill Duran pops up. He's like, yeah, no, he got me to quit my day job too. He's great. All of a sudden, everyone's vouching for me.
Well, you're both really good people. I love you guys. Like, I love working with Scott. I love doing shit with you. Like, it's why the fact that you guys didn't know each other already astounds me.
Hey, wait, hold on, man. Let me follow up on some Twitter conversation that I saw you having either last night or the day before. The Cloverfield movie that came out. You made mention that you and Scott were possibly circling back in the day to before it was a Cloverfield movie and just a sci-fi script. How different was that script that you guys were interested in doing versus what you saw after the Super Bowl on Sunday?
Oh, radically. Like that's what I was saying in the tweet was the differences in between the original draft of the God Particle and what it became. I mean, the concept is still there. It's like, oh yes, this was the God Particle at one point in time. But there's so much of that movie. Like the God Particle is hard sci-fi. Like there is nothing, none of the weird stuff that happens in the Cloverfield movie. Nothing with, as God, who is it at the beginning? It's Logan.
Paul. He
No,
found a dead
no.
body.
No, that's what it is. Donald Logue.
Sutherland.
Donald Logue has that small little bit where he's being interviewed on ESPN, and he's like, demons and monsters and temporal rifts. Like, all of that stuff is from the Cloverfield rewrite of that movie. Like, none of that was in it. Literally, what happens is they fire the beam, and Earth disappears, and then literally it's about another shuttle that shows up. Because, holy God, the Earth is gone and we think you guys got rid of it. And by the way, we're all going to die, so we need the provisions that are on your ship now. And it's literally two different space stations duking it out with each other for the next 60, 70 pages. And it has nothing to do with what ended up in this film. So they're two very different projects.
So it goes from crazy sci-fi premise to very real, like, mutiny, space battle, like stuff like that.
Yeah, and very hard sci-fi. Like there's nothing at all crazy with it. And it, frankly, I think it's both are really cool concepts. I get why people don't dig Cloverfield. I watched it with a room full of friends, and we had fun with it. We all enjoyed it, and
I don't know what, like, if Cloverfield is just this weird franchise where a bunch of cool science fiction and horror scripts and suspense scripts just kind of get made and woven into this universe forever. Like, I'm cool with it. Some of them you're going to love. Some of them aren't going to be as good. Like, fucking just go. Give young talent a fucking run.
I'm with you because we've kind of done everything we can with H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu universe and the Cthulhu mythos, and I feel like Cloverfield is just taking that place with modern science fiction sensibilities and modern fantasy sensibilities and merging that all together and creating something where we can take these cool ideas and tangentially set them in this universe, and as a result, 40 million people will watch it, and giving us the budget to keep experimenting. I'm down with that.
I mean, look, like how else is fucking like a Dan Trachtenberg gonna go from I made a short to I have $100 million movie, and like he's a great fucking talent, and it got him in front of a ton of fucking people. Like, yeah, sure, whatever.
And
An alien
frankly,
shows up. It was from that one found footage flick.
And frankly, 10 Cloverfield Lane is the best entry into that so far. Like, Trachtenberg really fucking knocked it out of the park with that.
No, he absolutely nailed it. It's so hypnotic and engaging with essentially what's a one-act play in a static environment. I was super thrilled to see. Hey, real quick, Matuba in the chat is talking up Sea of Rust, which have I talked to you since I've read your book, Sea of Rust?
No, you have not. I didn't know you finished it.
Loved it. I did the audiobook, and what I loved about it, how can I put this? The thing I was worried about early in the book ended up being one of the things I love the most, which is that you describe all of the artificially intelligent robots in very grounded 20th / early 21st century terms. Like, the first time I heard about the mention of a hard drive or RAM or whatever, I'm like, well, I don't know. That's today technology, and it's hard for me to picture today technology being independent robots walking around. But by the end of the book, that was such an important part of me feeling like I understood the gravity of each of those individual parts, is because I had a familiarity with having held a magnetic hard drive and so on. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. It was great. Surprised and delighted, and loved Mirka, the character, if nothing else. Like that character alone was worth the price of admission.
Oh, thanks so much, man. I really, really appreciate that. It means a lot that you read it, and it means a lot that you liked it. But Justin, what did you think of the book?
Oh, God damn it.
Got him.
Motherfucker.
Got him.
I was just trying
No,
to
seriously,
sit here.
it means a lot that you took the time out to listen to it. And I'm really proud of that book. Like, it really is something that I find it really hard to believe came out of my head. It's just...
I'll tell you what, this is the curious thing of having teenaged and younger girls. Like, there's so much rad sci-fi shit that I want to share with them, and their biological age doesn't necessarily synchronize track one for one with their sci-fi preparedness age. You know, for example, we took Jumanji, and I took my 10-year-old, and she had a great time. I don't know that my 13-year-old will enjoy it quite as much, although I want to try. And likewise, I'm trying to curate and figure out, like at some point I made Penelope watch The Matrix. And the only reason I was okay with that was because I knew that The Matrix was the same story as Kung Fu Panda. And I kept explaining to her, hey, this is the exact same story as Kung Fu Panda, just with a different skin on it. Please watch it with me. And, like twice she almost got up and left. The Sea of Rust is one of those. I love the way that you portray gender in a genderless robot role. I love the reasoning that you put for all of the robot characters to continue to perpetuate the the cartoonish versions of humanity that came before them, because it's just built into them. I loved it. It was a fantastic book.
Thank you. I don't know what to say to that. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad we finally resolved that. That's been a long-standing issue.
It's finally out of the way. You can come back on my show
Cargo,
now.
did you see Jumanji?
Once Justin reads the book, he can come on my show too.
The fucking book. Holy.
It's an audio book. You don't even have to read it.
Yeah, of course I'll read it as an audio book. That's how I fucking read your first book.
Dreams and Shadows.
Dreams and Shadows. I read that one.
Yeah, which of course you knew, but you were just waiting for me to say.
Of course I did. Of course I did.
And you
No,
were also waiting
I
for
know.
one
I
of us
listened
to
to the
mention
audiobook of
Queen
Dreams
of the
and
Dark Things, my second book.
Motherfucker. God damn it. That's why I didn't want to mention it, because I know there's a sequel and I haven't fucking listened to that yet.
Dude, it's all seriously, it's all good. I'm always shocked when my
No,
friends listen.
I'm kidding. I will get around to listening to them. Did you watch Jumanji? I'm curious.
I have not seen it yet. We're still smack dab in the middle of screener season, so I have a stack of movies this high that I'm still trying to get through. And I still have a few more of those. But Jumanji's been on my list of stuff that I've wanted to go see. We almost saw it the other night. It was that or Greatest Showman, and I went and saw Greatest Showman.
So here's the reason why you need to see it. Is because it actually follows me back to a conversation we were having after we did Junk Food Cinema, talking about how now is the era, much like the 80s, where the movies that are going to resonate are going to be about unbridled optimism, and like the era of like that we killed cynicism as soon as we started doing like cynical movies about remakes and stuff like that, which like, you know, Lord and Miller made a fucking career on, and they're fucking hilarious and they're great. But as soon as you realize that that's a well that we had already hit the bottom of, that now what people want are big 80s, good guys win, bad guys lose, everyone learns a lesson, like kind of movies. And Jumanji is that fucking movie.
Like even more so, what's the movie that everyone can't stop talking about right now? The movie that all the critics are going gaga for? Paddington 2.
So good. So good. It was so much fun. It was delightful. It was Wes Anderson like bright-eyed optimism and joy. The pacing, like it's very clear that they have some kind of science machine that extracts artistic talent and dilutes it, or I guess what's the reverse of dilution?
Concentrate?
That concentrates it.
Purification.
Purification, yes. Never mind. It's great. Paddington 2 was a blast. Hugh Grant
I love
was
that
amazing.
The chat room is now people going, really? Paddington 2? And everyone else going, oh my God, Paddington 2.
Right? No, if you've seen it, then you understand. It's fucking perfection. It's beautiful. I love it. Distillation. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, the age of cynicism is over. We are in an age of sincerity. People want to go and see movies that are sincere, that mean what they say, that aren't making fun of themselves for what they are, that are unapologetically, look, you paid $15 to come in here for 2 hours. We're going to make you feel really good about that and give you something to go home and be happy about.
Yeah,
or enjoy, you know. Even the terrifying films are... You know, you look at a movie like last year, like Get Out. Get Out is a film that's very sincere about what it's doing. It could very much be a tongue-in-cheek, hey, we're going to have fun because we're really just kind of riffing on the Stepford Wives kind of thing. And instead, it's a very sincere film about race that really cut to the bone. And like all the best, you look at another film that everyone's going on about, Lady Bird. It is a very sincere film about what dorks we are as teenagers, and never tries to shy away from that. And the end of the film is, yeah, I was really kind of a dick. I'm sorry about that. I was full of myself, and I probably should deal with that. But we were all like that, and it's so great to see this kind of cinema taking root again and seeing audiences connect with that, because irony was just getting tiring.
By the way, Alberta Guru in the chat is saying, well, I don't have any kids. I can't really go by myself and see Paddington 2. Yes, you can and you should. It is a delight.
100. It is one of only 4 films in the history of Rotten Tomatoes to get 100% with over 150 reviews.
Although,
it is, nobody, even Armand White is like, yeah, I can't be sarcastic about this. This is great.
You know what else is at 100?
Only fucking movie nerds fucking can understand what happens when everybody likes something and Armand White likes something.
Dude, on Rotten Tomatoes, also at 100%. Let me double check right now.
But is it at 150 reviews?
It's not.
Yeah.
Correct, but damn, I don't see it on here. Black Panther, yeah, still at 100%.
I'm waiting. Honestly, I think that's a movie that's going to do really well on Rotten Tomatoes, and I think Armand White is going to do what he did with Get Out and try to torpedo that.
Lock of the
And
century. Lock of the century. Armand White's going to shit on the super popular black movie. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
there's
no, I mean, like his review for Get Out was interesting, and he had some very interesting points to make, but it was very much a troll review. I mean, he referred to Get Out as a kill Whitey movie, which you could see it that way, but that's not what that movie really is.
It's not a Kill Whitey movie. If it was a Kill Whitey movie, there would have been a lot of more Whiteys dead. But like I don't know. I mean, Armand White, obviously his space in the critic sphere has only become larger as more prominent black voices have made more gigantic, profitable movies, because that's part of his, I don't want to say shtick, because that would like take down, his like the
oeuvre, if you will.
Oeuvre. Nice.
But the one thing about Get Out that I want to point out to your description of it as honest is that it felt like a Jordan Peele movie making like that kind of statement, because it takes that weird sci-fi turn, which I loved because I thought was way better than the alternative of making it some kind of more realistic, Clockwork Orange, not a Clockwork Orange is realistic, but some sort of like a mental breakdown situation that it takes this science fiction, we're going to like replace your brain like kind of thing, was perfect. It was like great, good, like this is a out of body world that has very real world consequences, which is the best Key and Peele sketches, right? Are like crazy premises that have real world consequences.
Well, the interesting thing, what I've always been fascinated with Key and Peele is every single skit. What separates them entirely from something like Saturday Night Live or Mad TV is every skit has an ending and is working towards an ending. Most other sketches are, hey, we've got an idea and let's run this until it runs out of steam. And they didn't make anything that they didn't know where it was going and what the punchline was. Well, one of my favorites is one that's not really very funny at first, where it's literally a cop pulling over a guy on the side of the road. And as the cop is like asking him questions and the guy's like really nervous, he starts to do magic tricks. And so this whole thing is like, it's this cop who's an amateur magician, and it gets to the end of this sketch where the cop goes, I got this. And he goes, oh, you're still giving me a ticket after all this? He goes, is it a ticket or is it 2 tickets to this show of mine on Tuesday night? And he just goes, give me the ticket. And it's like, you go through all that for this amazing punchline, and it's like, that made that 4 minutes so worth it. Like, and that craft is put into this movie. Like, every single moment of this movie pays off by the time you get to the end. And it is everything. When you go back and watch it a second time, it is just wonderfully crafted. The guy is incredibly talented, and I am desperate to see what he does next.
What is he doing next? What is he attached to next?
I don't know, but I guarantee whatever it is, Jason Blum is giving him a blank check for it.
Yeah, sure.
Jason is super. I mean, this is only the second film in Blumhouse history to get Oscar nominations.
By the way, real quick, from the comments in the audience, people are wondering, like, is the pre-show, the post-show, the after-show, is it always like this? The answer is yes. Tell all of your friends that always, at all times, best-selling writers and creators of your favorite Marvel movies call in constantly on this show.
Since day one, remember?
It's always been this way.
Dude, I've been on this show since 2008.
Hush, 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 hush.
No. Yeah, because see, now here's the thing where I go. The reason why I didn't call in earlier was I kept trying to call on the NSFW account. And it was like, no.
That's how OG you are, right?
I think I mentioned this.
What is that sound from the other room? I'm trying to call the guys. They told me to call and they won't pick up.
I think I mentioned this a while ago. We rewatched the very first saved BB Live show, and I think you called in for that, Cargo.
Well, keep in mind, Cargill was the original co-host on BB Live Show before it was even BB Live Show. Before back when it was after school detention, I think I called it or whatever.
Oh, sure.
And we were pimping the mind control scam as it rained over on the place way up north.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
Yeah,
I remember
right?
that now.
You remember
Jesus,
that?
That was a long time ago.
Mind control.
No,
It was
dude,
crazy.
this fucking shtick has been running for a motherfucking decade.
Yeah.
It's been 10 goddamn years, man.
Yeah, about that.
It's been a while, yeah. But it's good. So yeah, I used to call in a lot more, but I've been super busy on Tuesday nights recently, and so I literally just got back from an appearance here in town at the North Door, and I was on Twitter, and somebody's like, "Hey, call in the Night Attack show," and I'm like, "They're still on. All right, let's do this."
Can I ask a question? Obviously, a lot of the Infinity War stuff is out there. It's going to be the second now appearance of Doctor Strange, which you wrote the script for the feature movie. Is it weird watching the third?
Appearance.
Third, yeah, he was in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, sorry, second after is what I meant to say. Is it weird to watch that like character that you put so much time and effort into, like speaking words that you didn't write, or did you write those words?
No, I did. No, nothing in Thor was me and Scott. That was all Taika Waititi. And in fact, I had no idea that what they filmed for our stinger was actually from his film. I had no. So when I sat down to watch the film, I was like, wait, this is from the end of the movie.
Yeah,
they've never done this before. That's weird. But it worked. It's incredibly weird. It's you know what it's like? It's like seeing somebody else date your ex-girlfriend, but that it's someone you like. So it's not like, fuck that guy. It's kind of like, this is weird. She's here with someone else and it's not me, but of course it's not me because
I wish
that's
the best.
not what this is.
But you're trying to like weirdly, like you're weirdly hoping the date goes well. You're like, oh, good. Like, she likes that. That's good. Like,
yeah, I want her to be happy because we
move.
left amicably, and this is something different. And yeah, I really want her to be happy, and that's so. Yeah, so I'm never sitting there going, "Fuck this up," so I can come back and fix it.
Side in the chat is asking, is it weird or strange? Lights flickering.
Strange is one of those words I had to remove from my vocabulary along with sinister. I just, if anytime I say it, it's like, wow, that's really sinister. All my friends are like, really, Cargill.
Is it?
Product placement for your film that came out 6 years ago.
I mean,
way to go.
I can relate. I had to remove Night Attack. It's like, oh, you better not hang around in the middle of this evening or else I might. And they're like, Night Attack? I was like, no, show up and say hello. But
no, I actually had to remove strange because every time I do that, that joke comes up. People go, "Is it strange?" Yeah, I made a movie about Doctor Strange. I'm sorry, I'm slowly losing. I needed to start making up gibberish titles for my movies so that I can keep the words I have.
I remember the first time that our friend Andrew, who had a show on A&E called "Don't Trust Andrew Main," when that title was first pitched to him, they're like, "Oh, we think it's great and it flows and everything," and he's like, "If it's what the network wants, then I can't say no." But they're like, wait, don't you like it? Like, it's great. It is going to be a show. It's going to be on television. It's going to be your name. He's like, yeah, I know. And I have to live with it. None of the rest
for years and years and years. Every time I show up at every party ever, they go like, hey, here's Andrew Main.
See, you're looking at it that way. Here's where it gets really fucking insidious. Also a word that people
so
don't
to speak.
Very often. I'll bet every time he gets carded for a beer at a bar, somebody goes, "Oh, Andrew Main, huh? I guess I shouldn't trust you." And he's got to be like, No, I'm actually that Andrew Main.
That
Yeah,
guy.
no, you're not. Shut up. You're not on TV. Here's your beer.
Yeah.
No, 110%. And it was something that he was not thrilled with then. And, you know, the show was great and it was on television and it's an awesome experience, but also like for the rest of his life. It's like, hey, trust me, but should I? Like, fuck you.
Hey, real quick, speaking of Andrew Main, he was on location for that SpaceX launch today. Did you watch that shit live?
Did I?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? Of course I did.
Yeah,
That was
dude.
fucking awesome.
Right?
I know. I was super excited. I mean, if you look at my Twitter feed, it's all just memes about today. Because fucking Elon Musk shot a meme into space. He took the car from fucking Heavy Metal. He put a copy of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy into the fucking car, put Don't Panic on the screen, put Bowie on the fucking record player, and called the guy Starman.
Yep.
I mean, it's just the 80s throwing up on itself, shot into at fucking Mars.
I mean, yeah, you understand SpaceX was founded because Elon Musk initially, this all could have been avoided if it were cheaper for Elon Musk to do what he initially set out to do, to put a greenhouse on Mars and live stream it. So people could watch live streamed green things growing on Mars. That's what he wanted to do. And the reason why he wanted to do it, because he thought that it would be more pressure on the government to give more money to NASA so we would do more shit in space. It was, he could get the greenhouse, he could get the loading, he could get like everything else except the rocket. The rocket was too fucking expensive, and he tried to buy the best ICBM from Russia, and they wouldn't sell it to him. So he said, fuck it, I'm going to make my own rocket company. And that's what SpaceX is. And like, that's in his words. That's not from a book. That's literally in his words. You can look it up. This was that. He did that, except to get to that point of him doing a live streamed insane thing that inspires people about space in a rad way, he actually built a fucking rocket company that's going to bring people to Mars.
Yep.
And then sold people flamethrowers because he's Hank fucking Scorpio from The Simpsons.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's gonna. In fact, my favorite comment about today was my friend Chuck Wendig said, "You know what? What are the odds that Starman is actually some billionaire nemesis of Elon Musk that nobody knows is missing yet?"
All right. Thank you. This was my bit from the beginning of the show. I'm saying that there's a body in there. Start the conspiracy theory right now.
Who is it though? Which billionaire nemesis is it?
Has
Or is it
anyone
the guy
seen
that
Jeff
the guy
Bezos
that
today?
fucked his childhood sweetheart? You know,
Yeah.
what is this?
When's the last time Jeff Bezos tweeted? No.
Oh,
Nothing.
You can give me a minute.
Oh, you're gonna check? All right.
Yeah.
Hey man, it's past midnight and I'm starting to fade
Oh,
out.
holy shit.
I've
Wait a minute.
definitely been up since 5 in the goddamn morning.
What if Turbo Cult says this in the chat room? What if it is David Bowie's corpse? Orbiting Mars forever, like with the obviously it'd be the blessing of the family.
Reading Duncan Jones and his joyful, like, hey, I'm dealing with my father's death really well, makes me not want to even entertain that notion.
But wait, is there any better way for Bowie to live forever than orbiting fucking Mars in a fucking rad car with his own music playing for fucking ever?
That's very good.
It would be the
I mean,
most Bowie way to
I'm not
die.
gonna lie.
Right?
I was gonna be cremated, but now I know how I want to be buried, and it's gonna cost a lot of money. So I'm gonna have to make a lot more movies. But I want to be launched at fucking Mars and orbit Mars for a billion years.
And yes,
It's
by
sweet-ass
the way,
fried.
Zolpanix in the chat is like, well, technically it's a heliocentric orbit that'll just take it nearby Mars. Yes, we all get it. The point is, it's going to go right by Mars.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Hold on. It's a heliocentric orbit that takes it past Mars. No, do not pull that on. We know.
Yes,
know.
we all get it. We
Oh,
all
no, by the way,
get it.
I thought it was
It's only the man with the Warcraft miniatures fucking painting work site that can do the fucking I push my fucking glasses up fucking joke.
No,
Like,
wait,
I'm sorry, motherfucker. You ain't gonna out nerd me.
You forgot to mention the Flash Gordon poster right behind you.
Oh my God. How great! By the way, I just finished the Arnold Schwarzenegger autobiography where he talks about his interactions with Dino De Laurentiis, pre-Conan and all that stuff. That is a fantastic book. Like, I am astonished with how much it resonated with me. I highly, highly recommend it. Definitely listen to Total Recall. It's on Twitter. Audible.
Yeah.
Audible.com/rogue.
Also, it's past midnight.
Does
I've
he
been up
read
since
it
5.
himself?
Getting real
Yep.
loopy.
He reads part of it, right, Brian?
The beginning and the very, very end. But the guy who takes over in the middle, like, you can hear... and I have no illusions. Like, I'm certainly aware that he had a ghostwriter that he worked with or whatever. But from beginning to end, it's very much in his voice. I think they do a fantastic job.
Cool. I have not listened to it, but I should. I love Dino De Laurentiis stories. He is delightfully, notoriously crazy.
Yeah. And that comes through in Total Recall, the Arnold Schwarzenegger autobiography. Yeah.
I think it's that time, guys.
Yeah, I think so. Wrap it up.
Thank you guys for having me. This
Dude.
has been a lot of fun.
Thanks for coming on.
Well,
Cargill.
you show up all the time, which is why everybody should always listen every Tuesday nights here for
Never
Night
know
Attack.
when Cargill will show up.
Love you,
never
Cargill.
All right, good night, guys.
All right. See you in a bit,
Just
man.
bitch.
And goddbye, everybody on the stream. Have a good night. We'll see you later.
What? Oh, god damn. God damn.